This video is brought to you by
Cool green clothing coming straight up out of that DMV. You know what it is. This that Baltimore designer right here. Come on now, come and show some love and show some support. Go online right now, coolgreenclothing.com, and make your purchase. Oh yeah, by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's up, fam? It's your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 times, and I'm back with another video. In this episode of the Baltimore Way, I'll be discussing the tragic case of Kennard Goins, a man who confessed to doing the unthinkable at his grandfather's Randallstown home. But before we get into this video, welcome. If you're new here to our channel, please feel free to subscribe. Go ahead and click that notification bell to get notified every time we upload. If you're rocking with the content, don't forget to hit that like button. Be sure to share this video. Make sure you watch until the end to hear the full story. All accusations in this video are alleged. Alright, let's jump right into it. Kennard Goins was known as a standout athlete and student at Milford Mills High School in Baltimore County. He graduated in 2017. Kennard's older brother had also made a name for himself as a standout athlete and student at Gilman School, where he graduated a few years earlier. He was recruited by Syracuse and Tulane, but ultimately chose to attend the University of Maryland, where he played football. Kennard would go on to do well after graduating high school and worked a great job. It's safe to say that their parents were proud of their sons and their accomplishments. But sadly, tragedy would strike for the family after Kennard's father passed away from cancer. The children were left without their father and their mother without her husband. It was hard for the entire family, but it hit Kennard especially hard. His father's passing reportedly had a negative impact on him. Kennard turned to using psychedelics and he became a different person. In June of 2022, court records show that Kennard was placed on probation after he threatened to cause bodily harm to his brother at his home in Glen Falls, and then led police on a chase. He struck multiple squad cars in the process. Kennard was clearly suffering from substance use, which may have resulted in him suffering from mental health issues. Kennard would eventually go to live with his maternal grandfather, 73-year-old Alex Hyman, at his Randallstown home on Cabot Road. On Sunday, June 4th, 2023, Mr. Alex's daughter, Kennard's mother, requested a welfare check on her dad after she had not heard from him. Mr. Alex's mother, 86-year-old Sarah Mills, came by to check on him sometime that Sunday as well, and she had not been heard from since then. When officers arrived at the home on the 3500 block of Cabot Road, Kennard answered the door. When officers asked about his grandfather, Mr. Alex, and his whereabouts, Kennard told police he was fine but had left to go on a walk. According to reports, officers asked to take a look inside the home. When Kennard let them in, officers immediately smelled a strong odor of bleach and then saw red droplets on the first floor of the home. Officers followed the red fluid to the driveway where Mr. Alex's pickup truck was parked. The back part of the truck was covered in even more red fluid. As officers approached the bed of Mr. Alex's pickup truck, they sadly found the bodies of Mr. Alex Hyman and his mother, Miss Sarah Mills. They were wrapped in blankets and empty trash bags. Kennard was interviewed by police later that night and reportedly confessed to the horrific slayings of his grandfather and great-grandmother. According to documents, Kennard admitted to causing great bodily harm to his grandfather on Saturday, June 3, 2023, and then wrapping his body and placing it outside, and then attempted to clean areas of the home. Kennard went on to tell detectives that the day after hurting his grandfather, his great-grandmother came over to check on her son, Mr. Alex, on that Sunday, June 4th. He went on to tell detectives he applied pressure to Miss Sarah's neck until she was no longer alive. He then said he loaded his grandfather and great-grandmother's unalive bodies into the truck before police arrived. Charging documents say he told police God told him to unalive Mr. Alex and Miss Sarah, and that he had no remorse for what he had done. Kennard's mother told police in the report that her son suffered from mental illness. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree hit. During his court hearing that following Tuesday, June 6th, Kennard told the court he will be representing himself and he refused to use a public defender. He told the judge in court, "It's going to be me and God here." Kennard was denied bail and is currently being held at the Baltimore County Detention Center. The 24-year-old faces 2 life sentences if he's convicted. Kennard is still considered innocent until proven guilty. May Mr. Alex Hyman and Miss Sarah Mills' souls rest in peace. My deepest and most heartfelt condolences to the family. This is such a terrible tragedy. I don't know what kind of evil possessed Kennard to allegedly commit such a terrible act, especially against his elderly grandparents. It's hard to believe that God had anything to do with his decision. Maybe he's speaking of a different God. I know mental illness is very real, but this is just so evil to me. I hope that in addition to justice for Mr. Alex and Miss Sarah, Kennard can get the help he needs to overcome his anger and mental health issues. And maybe one day he can come to terms with what he has allegedly done and the magnitude of hurt and pain he has brought upon his family. Hurt people hurt people. Again, my condolences to the family. My prayers and well wishes go out to them. Fam, what are your thoughts on this case? Leave them down in the comments below. All right, fam, that's it for this episode of The Baltimore Way. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. This is your girl, Mrs. Tony 2 Times, and I'm out.